Hi, I'm Betsy Lynn. Today we're making plaques using scrapbook paper and plaques from the dollar store. I'm also going to try using a new sponge from the Dollar Tree I haven't used yet, so that's going to be pretty exciting.
So originally I was going to put the paper on the front of this. I got it at the frame from a garage sale last summer for like $1/4, but I decided to go ahead and put the paper on the inside, and that way if I find some little bits and pieces I can add to it and create a shadow box or an assemblage piece, however you want to call it. But for right now I'm just going to make a wall hanging, and it will be great as it is. So I'm painting the edges and the inside there. I'm not going to paint the full back because I'll be attaching the paper to it and it won't matter. The paint is some Oops paint that I picked up. Whenever I see Oops paint from Home Depot, that's the Bear paint, and it's a color that I think I will use, I always pick it up. So I'm just putting a few coats on here. I didn't worry about the screw holes from the hanging bracket. I just figure that when I add more to it, if I add more to it, then I'll probably end up putting something around the frame and covering that up. And if not, the paint does a pretty good job of just covering in the holes, and so it's not real noticeable. So the paint is dried, and what I'm doing now is I'm just gonna get the paper to fit. Instead of measuring and cutting it, I just decided to do this that day. Just kind of get an idea of by running the putty knife in there and kind of getting where the fold is, and then just cutting it with scissors. I do a lot of crafting outside in the summer, so I don't have all my tools with me handy a lot of the time. But it's just nice to be able to go outside and enjoy the air. Along with that though, we have neighbor kids and they're out there in the backyard playing, and everybody always mows the lawn at the same time I go outside. So hence the voiceover. I hope you're enjoying this. If so, please give it a thumbs up, and if you could subscribe, that would greatly help my channel out. I am new to this. So this flag here, it's paper I picked up last year from Joann's, I believe. It's American Crafts, and I just love that flag paper. So it's got a nice boho, vintage, farmhouse, patriotic. It kind of has it all going on there, and I think it's really cute. And it'll make a great background if I choose to add things to it. But I don't have much 4th of July stuff right now, so I don't have anything to add to it. So this paper is from the same line, and I'm going to cut a couple pieces off of it and Mod Podge them to these wood plaques that I got from the Dollar Tree. So the piece that's missing from that cut apart piece, I made one plaque with it already with a plaque from the Dollar Tree, and the picture of that is at the very beginning of this video. It didn't make it into this video for some reason other than the little clip at the front. So I'm just painting the plaques with a dark blue Delta paint. And seeing as how as I am outside, the wind blew everything away. You get a little more exercise when you're crafting outside, I find. I find that when we have good weather, I just try to get the most experiences out of being outside as I can. So just kind of putting on a second coat here. It's taking 2 coats of paint to get an even coverage on it. Do you decorate for Independence Day? If so, leave me a message. So I'm trying to add as much blue as I can because that is not a color that I normally use. I have red, I have white, but I don't have much blue. I was trying to do the majority of the stuff using things I already have. I did end up picking up a few things from the Dollar Tree to mix in though, such as the plaques and some sparkly stuff. But that has been one thing I've been trying to really do is focus on using things I already have. I have a lot to choose from, so I could probably craft for years just using the stuff I already have. So now I'm trying to decide which one I want to put on which block. I'm going to use Mod Podge, put a layer of that down. So my Mod Podge is pretty thick, but it still works. Just gonna put that on top, trying to center it and get it on nice and smooth. And we repeat the process on the second one. Trying to decide how I want it on there and just push it down. Just kind of trimming off a little bit of the excess.
So the paint is dry and
clean up everything so it can't blow
Mod
away.
Podge is dry too. I've cut it back a little bit, but now I'm going to try using this sanding sponge that I got from the Dollar Tree. You know, the regular. There's the puppies waiting for me. I had to put a new battery in the camera. There they are.
Okay, so here I am. I'm using the Dollar Tree sanding sponge and I'm sanding around the, I guess you could call it the top edge of the plaque, sanding through the paper, and this allows me to get the paper to fit just right to the plaque. I don't have any little pieces hanging over the edge because I didn't get it cut close enough or anything like that. Also, by sanding that edge, it gives it a nice tapered edge, and I'm getting a little bit of distressing in at the same time. And I do the same thing on the other plaque. You can kind of see in there like the little white edge that's forming around the edge of the wood, and I just pull the pieces off once I've sanded through. And adding a little bit more distressing. So I have a can of polyurethane I've been using on a lot of projects, so I keep the brush in a plastic bag. So I just reach in there, pull out the brush, and put a clear coat on top. Put the brush back in the plastic bag. So what I'm going to do now is I have the pop tops off the cans, and I'm going to glue those on the back as a hanger, and I just bent it over the edge of the table, and you could kind of hear it snap a little bit, and that did that once it was able to bend.
So these are just
that way it sticks out from the plaque a little bit, and it's a lot easier to slide on a nail.
I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, I'm gluing those on the back of these so that you can hang it if you want to. So, and I'm just going to use hot glue. Just put a big blob of it there. And then kind of put that in there. Actually, I think I want it down a little bit. Yeah. Probably should pull the label off. Anyway, let's do that again. This time we'll pull the label off. Did I put it on the right side? I did, yay. Zach. All right, so this time I've looked to see that the top is here. Down. Put some glue there. Now it doesn't go very center. Okay. So with that, we've got two cute 4th of July plaques.